Hey y'all. Hey. So I'm back with day 2 of my 7-day challenge. 7 days straight of the tea about HIV. So today we're gonna be talking about dating with HIV. We're gonna be talking about HIV dating websites. Is gonna be lit, y'all. This is gonna be really funny, and I'm really gonna be uncomfortable with this. I'm really uncomfortable with telling this story, but I really, really have to tell this story because it's really funny to me, and it made me feel some type of way. First thing I want y'all to do is like and subscribe to this channel, y'all. If y'all interested in learning more about a person living with HIV or a person fighting the battle of being normal after a diagnosis, that's me. Trying to find a new way to live. Trying to live in the new normal. That's what my channel is about, and about uplifting and really positive, I guess. Okay, y'all. So for real, like and subscribe to the channel. So in this book, y'all know my book, HIV Experiences, I talk about in the last chapter. The last chapter is finding love. Actually, chapter 5, y'all. Chapter 5 is finding love after HIV. And I think it's a thing that a lot of people that's HIV positive, we struggle with, thinking that we can't find love after we diagnose. And I think it's because we feel ashamed of ourselves. We feel like nobody will take us serious. We feel like somebody will feel like, I'm gonna say me for instance. I felt like nobody would take me serious. Nobody would love me. Nobody would accept me, and nobody will get a chance to really know how kind I was, or how lovable I was, or how dope I was, because once they found out I was HIV positive, they wouldn't want to deal with me or get to know me. And that bothered me for a very long time, until I started my healing process of accepting that I am HIV positive. If I never date again, or if I never be with another man again, this is what it's going to be for me. And I had to go through a lot of different healing and everything. But I talk about a relationship that I had in this book, Finding Love After HIV. And it's really funny. Actually, it's not funny. It's only funny now because I done went through it, and I see a lot of mistakes I made, so I laugh at my mistakes. So when I say something is funny, I really don't mean it's fun. I really don't mean it as funny. I really mean that I've grown from that, and it's like, wow, I did that. But anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all what I did. In the midst of this book, when I was done with this book and I had experienced, I think I was falling in love, and the person that I was falling in love with, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. The person that I was falling in love with, I'm gonna say they was ashamed to be with me, because I had became so public, and I started to write, and I started to speak publicly, and he started to feel like I was going to expose him, and he wasn't ready for that. But we really had this chemistry that was really serious. I don't think I had never had that type of chemistry with somebody. It's like our souls connected in a different way, and I had to make a choice to either be with him and take the journey with him in love, with God and everything, or do me, do my life, do my unique presents, do my speaking and writing, and be publicly open, living with HIV. And I chose to be publicly open with HIV, and that kind of hurt me, because I felt like HIV was standing in the way of me being in love with somebody. You know what I mean? It really hurt. It really hurt. It really hurt and made me feel some type of way, right? So after I got myself together, like, you know what? It's on him. You know, it's on him. He losing out. You know, he losing out on a person that could have been wonderful for him. He's missing out. And I pulled myself together, y'all. So I wind up going on the HIV dating site. I'm not going to tell y'all what dating site it is, but I went on the HIV dating site like, okay, this is what I need to do. I had this bad experience with this person, and we fell for each other in the most crazy way, and he was negative. He was not positive. So maybe I need to find me somebody that's positive, right, y'all? So I goes and make this profile. I wish I had this profile from years ago, but I went and put the app on my phone, and okay. So I get on the app. First thing, I'm uncomfortable because this is something new for me. I'm really in it though. Not like the first time when I made the profile. This time I'm really in it. Like looking around like, okay, who from Chicago? I'm just looking, just trying to see like, do they love God? Do they know God? Are they into family? I'm like really searching these profiles because I'm trying to figure out who would be a perfect match for me, because it's certain things that I needed. Um, it's certain things that I know I need in a man. You know what I mean? And I need him to know God and to love God and be seeking God's face. That's so important to me. I need him to be doing that. Because if he doing that, I know a whole lot of other things is going to fall into play. So I needed that. And I needed him to be family oriented because I have kids, of course. So I'm looking, okay. So all these people hit me up, but I wasn't getting the vibes from them, whatever. I wasn't saying nothing back. 2 people in particular, I kind of like, okay, he from Chicago, okay. And he said something, this one guy said something that really stuck out to me. I actually did the initiating, y'all. I did the initiating to this guy. He said, in his profile, he said something along the way of, people like us think we can't find love, and we can, or something like that. And that's how I feel. But that's how I felt. Like, I couldn't find love. I'm like, okay. I said, your profile is interesting. Your words are interesting in your profile. And we started to talk, right? So we talked for a couple of days, like back and forth, or whatever. So then this other guy, we wound up talking back and forth. So I was talking to both of them at the same time, and that was really weird for me because I'm talking to 2 guys at one time. Like I got to make some balance with this thing because I'm trying to get to know them both to figure out which one I'm gonna talk to for the longer time, because I'm gonna let one of them go, right? Why is my ear itching? That is just so stupid. so after talking to them both, I'm talking to both of them. So let me tell y'all what happened in conversation, y'all. So the guy that I was talking to that was from the city that I'm from, we chopping it up, and he like, what you doing one day? He like, what you doing? That remind you, the other guy I'm talking to, but I'm really not feeling him. I think I was just trying to entertain myself or something. I was feeling bad. I was feeling down. I just wanted to feel better. So I went on his site. So the other guy really wasn't into that much. But the other one, his words really intrigued me. So I really wanted to talk to him. So in the midst of talking back and forth, I'm like, okay, I'm digging him. Right? So we talking one day, and I was like, he like, what you doing? I'm like, trying to figure out this laptop. The laptop is complicated or something. And I'm trying to figure out the laptop. It's complicated, and I needed to finish my book or something along the ways of the book. So he was like, you an author? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, really? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, how long you been writing? We get to talking about that. Now, y'all know, when I get to talking, I keep going on and on and on. And I sent him my author page, y'all. I shouldn't have never done that. I sent him my author page, and he came back and he was like, oh, okay. But the vibe wasn't right? So he was like, so you open? I was like, yeah, I'm very open. So he's like, wow, what made you do that? And I explained to him I was tired of being in secret, and I was tired of suffering in silence, and I decided to go public, and it's been amazing. And he was like, well, I'm not public. And I was like, oh, okay. But, I'm not thinking nothing. So he's like, I'm not public. I'm like, oh, okay. So he's like, his kids don't know. He was like, people didn't know. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's his choice. It's his choice not to. He not ready for that yet. I didn't knock him for that. So he just kept telling me like he didn't disclose because of the stigma towards it. I have never experienced that, so I didn't know what that book. I can't relate. You know what I mean? I haven't experienced stigma in that type of way. I don't think. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to him, and he was like, well, I can't date you because if I'm seen with you, that's gonna make somebody think that I'm HIV positive, and I don't want nobody to look at me that way. I was looking at the phone because we was texting. I'm like, did he just reject me? Did he just say he don't want to talk to me because I'm publicly HIV positive? I felt some type of way because that man told me that. And when I got to myself within myself and pulled myself together off the floor because I had got rejected, I said, that's that man's choice. He don't want to deal with someone that's openly HIV positive. He wants someone that's secretly HIV positive, and that's his choice. You can't be mad at that. So I went back in and I deleted my profile. I was done for. I was done for. I was done for. Completely done for. The other guy that I was talking to, I talked to him for maybe a while. And sometimes I talk to him maybe every couple of days after that. And even right now today, we talk sometimes. But it's not nothing like that. We just, we chop it up. Hey, what's going on? What's happening? That type of thing. He's a supporter for everything that I do. And I just recently found out that he is not HIV positive. He has herpes, not HIV. And he's so supportive with everything that I do. He's very encouraging and everything. But it's just, stuff, it just don't add up. So, moral of my story is that I had a bad experience with a person that was HIV positive. I thought that since we are the same, we can relate to some things, and maybe we can date, or we can have to build some type of friendship, relationship. I don't know what I was looking for, and still to this day, I honestly can't tell y'all what I was looking for. I think I was sad and I was down because of the situation that I had just been through. I had just went through, and I felt like if I dealt with somebody that was just like me, that would be better for me, and my heart wouldn't get broken, or they just would understand. But when I got there and I realized that the person it's so weird, y'all. When I did this, I realized that if the person is HIV positive or not, sometimes they still don't want nobody to know that they're messing with a person that's HIV positive. And that's their choice. That's his choice, that he's positive and he don't want nobody to know his status, or even to know that he's dealing with somebody that's HIV positive. Then I got him on the other hand that is not positive and don't want nobody to know that he's messing with somebody that's positive, or even think that he's positive because he's messing with somebody that is positive. So it's like I had bad experiences all the way around. So I said, what's your trivia? Do you, honey. Focus on your healing. Focus on your growth. Focus on you as a woman, and God will send you who you need, because you're doing too much. You're seeking. A woman does not supposed to look for a man. The Bible specifically says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. The man have to find a woman. I had no business looking anyway. I had no business on that site, y'all. Had no business there, and I got what I was looking for. Rejection. I was rejected, y'all, by a person that was HIV positive on a dating site, and it really hurt my feelings. It made me feel some type of way. But what it taught me is that people have choices, and if they choose not to deal with you because you're HIV positive, you have to accept that. That's their choice, and you really should commend them for that, because that's their choice. And you accept that, and you move on, and you don't get angry, and you don't get bitter. Because I was really mad, y'all. I was mad. I was angry. I was upset. Like, not me. But after I had time to really think about it, that's his choice. And he don't have to deal with me if he don't want to. But you know what? Just like with the other guy in the book. Y'all gonna have to get this book so y'all can hear my story. Like the guy in this book, that was his choice not to want to deal with me because I was open, and he missing out on someone that's amazing, and I know who I am now. And so this guy that's positive, he's missing out on the opportunity to be with somebody that's great, because I know who I am. I am great, and I am called, and I am chosen to do amazing things. And not only that, I have a good heart, I have a good soul. I'm going to be really good for somebody one day, but my day ain't right now. My day ain't right now. So for me right now, I am not dating no more. I'm not doing it. I'm not looking on no dating website. I'm not doing none of that. I'm doing me, and I'm living a regular life, and God is going to send somebody to me, and I'm going to know exactly who he is. And that's the moral of my story, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed I'm going to call this story time, because I basically just told a story, of HIV story time. This is going to be cute. Could y'all please like and comment to this video, and please tell me what y'all think about this video. And if I have 5 more days to do 5 more videos in regards to HIV. So if y'all have a topic about HIV that y'all want me to discuss or any questions, drop them in the comments. And tomorrow when I do my next video, when I'm done with the video, I will answer the questions. I will write them down and I will answer the questions that y'all may have. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.